and welcome today. My name is Michelle, and I have my doctorate in physical therapy, and I'm a personal trainer, a health coach, and a yoga teacher. So today I'm going to be talking about one of my biggest objections I get for personal training or health coaching is I don't have the time. So there's two things I want to think about if you're feeling this objection inside of you. So, number one is figuring out where your priorities lie. And number two is, are you overcomplicating it? So, we're going to break that down a little further. So, one, um, where your priorities lie, where you are spending your time. So, a lot of times we will spend a lot of time on something that isn't really a priority or isn't important to us. So, I want you to really take like a time audit and audit your time and notice where you are spending your time and is that aligning with your values and where you want to spend your time. So, you can think of your day as in a morning chunk, an afternoon chunk, and an evening chunk. So, and go through that time and notice what you do within that. And are you spending that time on what's important to you? Are you wasting time or are you getting caught up in something that's taking way longer than it should and you don't want it to take that longer? You don't want to spend that much time on that activity. So really just auditing your time, noticing where you're spending it. And you can also do on your phone, you can sort of see where you are spending your time on your screen. So you can see it for the apps, you know, for each day, for each week, how much you're spending your time. So really audit it and see what you're doing and where you're spending your time because maybe you can tweak it a little bit and find some time. So number two is going back to overthinking or overcomplicating it. So, exercise and nutrition does not have to take a lot of time. It is hard to change and do something new, but let's take exercise for example. You don't have to drive 15 minutes to a gym, work out for an hour, then come back. You don't have to spend an hour and a half on your exercise time. You can start with 10 minutes and go from there. So I typically try to do 30 minutes most days of the week. There are some days I only do 10 or 20 minutes. But what matters is your consistency. So that consistently paying off, consistently showing up each day will matter more than how long you work out. So you don't have to do a super long workout to be healthy. So keeping your workouts simple. So starting with 10 minutes. So a great way, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be starting a core challenge right here in this group, and it's going to be 5 minutes a day. So it doesn't have to be complicated. You can keep your fitness simple. And the same thing goes with eating healthy. So you don't have to have some elaborate healthy meal. You can keep it simple with some carrots and apples and nuts and maybe some meat and get something in that's not complicated. And so a lot of times we block our own mind by thinking, I just don't have the time to this. I don't have like an hour to work out. I don't have an hour to prepare dinner, but it doesn't have to be complicated. So keep that in mind. So another great tip with working out is if you're really struggling is trying to get it done first thing in the morning. So whether that means you wake up early or you just get it done earlier, but getting that workout in early in the day means that you can't come around to 6 o'clock and say, oh, I just didn't have time today. So if you get it done, you get it check off your list, and you also just feel better. So whenever you're exercising, it sort of motivates you a little bit to eat healthier, to drink more water, and then you just feel more energized. So trying to get that workout first thing in the morning if you are having trouble getting it in. And I know I cannot wake up early and work out. I just usually am not moving, but it can still be the first thing I do after I sort of get up and get ready and maybe have breakfast. And I also want to remind you that staying consistent is important. So when you are consistent in your health and nutrition and you start to feel better and you start to feel more energized, you're actually going to create more time. So as you're thinking like, I don't have 10 or 15 minutes to exercise. Well, if you actually start to exercise and stick with it, you're actually going to have more time because you're probably going to be a little more productive in some other things. So keep that in mind that it will actually help you to have more time. Um, so I hope that this is helpful. It's just a couple quick things to look at. So look at your time, where you're spending it. Notice where your priorities are. If your priorities is your health and your nutrition, then you need to make that a priority for you. And you might have to let something else go. And number two is keep it simple, whether that's short workouts, very simple, healthy meals, but you can do this. And if you stay consistent, you will get there and you will reach those goals. So for those who don't know, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be having a core challenge right here in this group. It's only going to be 5 minutes a day. I'm going to have a different video each day and teach people how to work their core correctly. And we're also going to have prizes. So I'm super excited about this. I'm going to be offering a free month of personal training as one prize, and as a second prize, I'm going to be offering our wellness vision and nutrition screening. And I also am lucky to have my friend. She is a parent coach, and she works with the Connected Families Framework, and she is going to be offering 4 coaching sessions, so like a whole parenting package, and you get to work through a certain parenting problem with her. So I'm super excited about that. And to get prizes, all you have to do is invite friends to this group. And I will be able to see if you invite someone, I'll be able to see who that is, and I'll keep track of that. And just by participating in the challenge, commenting, and getting engaged in it. So invite your friends to this group. And if you have any questions, please comment below, or you can also send me a private message if you just sort of can't figure out the time, or if you feel like you're overcomplicating something and you just need to talk it out with someone else, feel free to send me a message. But otherwise, I hope everyone has a great week, and I look forward to talking to you later. Yep, and doing that core challenge with you guys.